My name is Zuerul Cambridge and we are here to interview the South mask maker Abzal Shaffie. Follow me. You're hearing the birds, the trees are shaking, the winds are blowing, and all the flies, I think it has snakes here too, or somewhere around. Now let's see if we find it. Mr. Abzal, my name is Zuerul Cambridge and I'm here to interview you on my class project.
Yes.
Named Shortman.
Shortman, well, everybody know me from small. I never get too tall, so I remain the same size. Shortman. So that is how everybody get this name.
So Mr. Abzal, where did you grow up?
Well, I grew up in a place they call Laramine.
What school did you attend?
Well, I attended Benvenue Presbyterian School.
What age did you get involved in mask making?
I was the age of 15 years when I get into this mask making project.
Tell us why you really wanted to get into mask making.
Because when I first time getting into mask, I see it as something that I could go beyond that, right? And I stick with it and learn from everybody. And today the learning, it wasn't bad at what I learned.
Well, is it only traditional mask costumes?
Yes, because you see the traditional mask in Trinidad and Tobago, people look up to it, right? So that is why I produce only traditional mask.
Mask making.
Well, when I was a little fella growing up, I like mask, and I get into the mask with some guys playing traditional mask. So that is how I come and I end up getting into it and stay with it until this day.
So, what is the material of your clothes that you have on made out of?
Alright, this material here, what we using, is called basil. This is the animal original skin, like the sheep, the goat skin. That is what we use to make our clothes.
And what is those things in your hand?
Alright, these things here originally come from horse, right? This is the horse tail they call it, right? We use this more for like the authentic mask we play, to use a special dance in the mask.
Do you have a band?
No, well, yes, I have a band. The name of our band is called We the Red Men.
Other people costumes?
Well, most of the time with this traditional mask, sometimes it take a month. So we start early, right? A costume don't finish in 2 days and 3 days time. This kind of work getting is plenty work and it's hard. It's nights upon nights.
So, how long does it take to make your type of costume?
Well, this costume I have on here, most of the time it take a year to make it, right? But every night you do something on it. It's not just because it's a costume. It's something that what you have to like to do, right? It has plenty fine works and plenty time behind this costume.
I heard you went to South Africa. How that came about?
We have this body of carnival we deal with, they call NCC, right? And they watch us play mask and want to get picked. We 3 church run doing the traditional mask, and also we won international in the world in the carnival in Zimbabwe. Foreign fancy sailor, all the characters we went across. It was nine of us, right? The Moko Zombie too, and we do good. So we come back home with our good head, knowing that we win something We just didn't went there to play. We went and worked hard, and the country get proud of us. That's what we went for.
How many trophies making and
Well, right now I have about, most of my costume, that what I have, right, is about over 40, 50 costume trophies, because every year we win trophy, best colorful band, most authentic. One prize we always get every year is most authentic. So most of the time, we get trophy, we keep them years and years. Because trophies are thing, it are worth nothing, but at the end of the day, when you get more older in mass, and you look up to it, well, look, I win this. Or me and my band, right? Not me alone. I cannot win everything by myself. It's a band we have.
I heard you tutored children in Africa. What about Trinidad?
Well, we're trying it, but you see, we have to go to the bigger heads for help. What I had in mind is that to get a place somewhere in Central to do a shop, like a traditional shop, and go to the schools, and if I go to the schools and ask them, they could come in, and all of we could come together, because we don't want the traditional mass to drop in Trinidad, right? And if we get help to get a place to do it, I will talk to all the traditional mass. We don't already talk. It's just to get a place. We have to go to the right people in the right timing that we could get something off it, right? And that is what we're working on. But you just get ups and downs. I just hope we don't get no ups and downs with this, because this will be a very important thing, because we don't want the traditional mass to die in Trinidad and Tobago, because we have the best in the world. And we prove it already, and we can always prove it again.
So, do you make your own costumes?
Yes, I make my own costume. We have help. My son, we have people who just come into the mass camp, and we show them what to do, right? They'll cutting off this, cutting off that. But the mass work is not hard to learn. If you want to learn something, everything hard. You have to put your mind to it, what you're going to learn, or if you want to do it and if you like it.
If I wanted to get into traditional mask making, what advice you will give me?
Well, the advice I will give you is that if you want to learn traditional mask is not just you come into it, and because I tell you have to play a mask, you're going to like it. It's come like if you're going to school and the teacher give you a subject and you tell she, you go do it, and at the end of the day you don't want to do it. Traditional mask, you go deep down in traditional mask. It's so deep that you just get caught up on it. It's something like you like. Don't believe that you're putting on a costume. The costume can't play the mask. It's you, the individual, have to like it, to make the move on the costume. It's not something that you see on the TV, everybody jumping and whining, right? This is a skit we just do, right? Traditional mask is a skit. So if you want to get into it, it's something a little difficult for you. But at the end of the day, if you like it, you could do it. Everybody could do it.
So for one of these costumes, how much it will cost?
Well, a costume like my own will work up anyway to about 15,000, right? We have cheaper ones, but remember, I myself like to go too deep in it, so it just costs me, right? And costs me big money. That's why I tell you, it costs me a year to build a costume. Sometimes it costs me 2 years, right? Because most of the times is things that what we buy and put down and buy and put down. But we don't check the money, because if you're going to check it, you won't play it. You understand? So that is why most of the time it takes me so much time to build it.
So you are in mask making. How does it help your community?
Well, the community that what we live in Laramine, is only a few years now I come out really to do things for the community, like the Hope for Life, right, the basketball. I do a show. I do about 3 shows for them in the Hope for Life. And from there now, people look up to me as one of the guys in the area, as an older head, trying to help the community.
So in mask, what character do you play?
Well, this character I'm playing here, they call this a fox hunter. Now most of the time, a fox hunter is that what we use to charm the fox, to catch them, to get our skin, to make our clothes, right? So we have to act like a fox. Most of the time we have to act like them to catch them, right? Because if you don't act like them, right, and we take like smoke out so they don't get our scent, our human scent, we use smoke out and these things. Smoke out for about a week so the animal could never get we scent. So that is most of the time that what we do to catch them. So this character in portraying, they call me a fox hunter.
So that's how it ends. Thank you, Mr. Abzal, for having me here. So there you have it. Traditional mask is still alive. My name is Zuerul Cambridge, and this project is for Mr. Pitt and Mr. Katu Standard 4 class.
Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya.